Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping this D about to react to this bit by Music Vibe. This is Lil Kim, the sad truth about her plastic surgery, physical abuse, and bullying. Damn. We're gonna get the backstory. I would like to know it because she used to be so pretty. No shade, I don't want to make any comments on her looks today because I feel like she already gets enough, heat regarding the way that she looks. But I do think it's really unfortunate when people are consumed by their insecurities and they go to such extreme lengths to change the way that they look, and then they end up looking worse. Like that's wild. Anyway, let's watch.
You could write any kind of lyrics, talk about anything. Why so much sex?
Girl, mind your goddamn business, bitch.
At the end of the day, us celebrities.
She should stop right there. Sorry.
Lil Kim was born on July 11th, 1974 in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, New York. As a child, Kim was sent to a well-established Catholic school, Queen of All Saints in Brooklyn, in an attempt to provide a stable learning environment. But stability was lacking after her parents' marriage broke up when Kim was 8 years old. Linwood, a former military man, reportedly began to use physical violence against his wife. Kim told the Washington Post in 2000 that she remembers her mom having black eyes and that her father told people she had fallen. In a 2000s interview with Newsweek, Kim reminisced about the way her father criticized her from the time she was very young. It was like I could do nothing right, she says. Everything about me was wrong. My hair, my clothes, just me. That set up a pattern for her future relationships with men. All my life, men have told me I wasn't pretty enough, even the men I was dating, and I'd be like, well, why are you with me then, she winces. It's always been men putting me down, just like my dad. To this day, when someone says I'm cute, I can't see it. I don't see it, no matter what anybody says. Kim moved with her mother and brother to the suburb of New Rochelle, NY, where some girls in their new all-white neighborhood teased Kim because of her skin color. Ruby May struggled for money and, unable to support her family, eventually granted Linwood custody of their 2 children. Linwood remarried, though his relationship with Kim soured irreparably only after she began dating boys at the age of 13. According to Kim, he became verbally abusive, and their relationship took a violent turn. One day, Kim stabbed him with a pair of scissors.
When I was 15 years old, I was kicked out of my house. So I was on the street. I was basically homeless. I was forced into doing things that I didn't want to do. You know what I mean? Like, dipping and dabbing with guys that was selling drugs and doing all other types of stuff. And
in the following years, she sometimes lived with neighbors or with elderly men who provided her with housing and food. She worked in department stores, following in the footsteps of her mother, who worked at Macy's and ran errands for drug dealers. She also hinted that she had been sexually assaulted, although she never named her abuser. The girl wanted to become a rapper from a young age, and she finally got lucky.
Period.
What's up, big mama?
What'd you just call me?
Big mama.
Kim studied at the Sarah J. Hale Vocational School in Brooklyn and then at the Brooklyn College Academy. Her future rival, Foxy Brown, also studied there. By the time Kim met Christopher Wallace, better known as Biggie, at the age of 17, she had completely given up on her education. Wallace was a couple of years older at 19, a small-time drug dealer on his way to hip-hop superstardom as the notorious B.I.G. They met accidentally on a street corner, after which Kim freestyled for Biggie. In 1992, Wallace signed a contract with Sean Puffy Combs' label Bad Boy Entertainment. In addition to his solo career, Wallace organized the hip-hop group Junior Mafia, which included several of his childhood friends. Lil Kim became the only female member of the group. Under Wallace's leadership, Junior Mafia released a number of singles, and in 1995, the debut album Conspiracy. With the single Player's Anthem, Lil Kim was introduced to the world.
Watch my niggas back, lines in the stores, locks in the bags, max and mini markets.
And a little later released her debut album Hardcore, which became extremely successful in sales and was doing pretty good numbers.
Stone sets, I got my own baguettes, and I've been doing things that you won't regret. Little Kim the Queen. That doesn't matter. Too many lovers of my own.
Got no time for
Her
fake
image
niggas.
was
Oh yeah, that
built
shit
on
was
her
fire.
sexy appearance, which is why she attracted the male audience. And do you know whose idea it was? Biggie's, of course. He wanted her to show off her beauty at 100%. He encouraged her to cultivate a lascivious style, which was later dubbed gangsta porn rap, which rubbed the infamous C. Dolores Tucker the wrong way, since she wanted to abolish gangsta rap, vulgarity, and so on.
I want you to, be sure, I feel that you're too young to be having sex. You're too young to be listening to my music too. But if you're gonna listen to it, make sure you do the right thing. Don't go out and have sex for the wrong reasons. And if you do...
And Biggie was not only her mentor, but also her boyfriend. And it was at this time that Biggie meets Faith Evans and marries her after only 8 days. They continued to work together, although it was very difficult to keep calm.
Calling a bitch, nigga? You wasn't talking that shit when you was eating my pussy the other night.
So I was like, no, tell him to ask his girlfriend.
But that wasn't the end of it. One of the worst altercations between Lil Kim and Evans was when she caught her and her husband together in a hotel room. Here's what Faith Evans wrote in her autobiography. I got to Big's bedroom door, turned the knob, and went inside. As soon as I saw a small lump next to Big's large frame, I flew into a rage, ran over to the side of the bed, and pulled back the covers. I grabbed some chick out of the bed and started beating her ass. At some point, the chick's wig came off in my hand. It was a short, cropped wig. I stopped throwing punches for a minute to get a good look at the chick I was beating up. It was Lil Kim. She was completely butt naked, yelling as I pushed her around the room. Big sat up in bed and pointed at Kim, who was standing in a corner of the room, trying to cover her naked body with her hands while I was still yelling at Big. Yo, get her out of here, Big said. They led Kim out of the room and she screamed and cursed the whole way. When Kim and Evans first met, Evans only assumed that the two New York rappers had a working relationship. However, everyone in Big's circle knew what was going on behind the scenes. In 1996, the Lady Marmalade rapper was pregnant with Biggie's child. However, she had an abortion because she knew that the relationship was not conducive to bringing a child into the world. Kim has admitted that she and Biggie had a violent relationship.
Phone's on like this. I'm like, yeah, you know that. Boom, my headphones on. And we started fighting and we tore the plaques off the wall and everything. And he choked me out in the elevator, so I passed out.
Kim revealed
Who
that
the
for
fuck
a
is
long
laughing at
time,
that?
violent men
Weird
attracted
ass
her.
nigga.
Biggie was killed, and it was difficult for her to get over that loss.
Biggie was the type of person to motivate you. He always wanted anyone to succeed.
She even stopped making music for a while, but later returned.
That he could just be on top, and I want to be on top again. And
Right.
In June of 2000, the long-awaited album The Notorious K.I.M. was released. The album immediately debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart and sold 3 million copies worldwide. Thus, the album became one of the best-selling rap albums of that year.
He asked me if I'd be his date for the prom, and he'd buy me a horse, a Porsche. If I was you, I'd hate me too. Louis Vuitton shoes and a whole lot of...
And despite some positive moments of her popularity, in 2001 an incident happened that changed her life completely. Since 1996, she had a feud with Foxy Brown, and it all ended up in a shooting in 2001 near the Studio Hot 97 in Manhattan. Shots were fired after Lil Kim gave an interview to the radio station. One person was injured and the second was severely injured. When it came to court, Kim told the grand jury that she knew nothing about the fact that 2 people from her entourage, her manager Damian Butler and another man, Sue Jackson, were present at the time of the shooting. But surveillance photos show Butler opening the door for Kim, with witnesses linking her to both men, who pleaded guilty to weapons possession that night. As a result, in March of 2005, Kim was found guilty of perjury and conspiracy before a federal grand jury. I thought it was the right thing to do, but now I know it's wrong, Kim said, with tears in her eyes before the sentencing. On July 6, 2005, she was fined $50,000 and sentenced to a year and 1 day in prison, and Butler was jailed for 12 years. Lil Kim's fourth album, The Naked Truth, was released in September of 2005 while she was still incarcerated. Some fans have called this release the greatest female rap album of all time.
Really?
I come from the start.
Oh yeah, keep put your lighters.
Gotta keep the ratchet close. In the club, we sipping on pee, sitting on me.
Whoa.
Now it's time to discuss her plastic surgery and why she got it done. As we said earlier, she was bullied for her appearance, developing an insecurity. In 2005, she went on a radio show and explained that she had her nose broken during a physically abusive confrontation with an ex-boyfriend whose name is Damian World Hardy. They dated for only 1 year between 2002 and 2003. Kim told the listeners that she, like many other women, had been a part of a violent relationship that left her with a broken...
I'm not saying that she didn't get her nose broke. I don't know what the fuck took place, but I just feel like it's a very, very common, reason for people to get their nose done. They're like, oh, my nose got broke. Or, oh, I had a deviated septum. Or, oh, I had, it's always something that's like, this is convenient.
Nose, black eyes, all that stuff. The New York native revealed that she had to fix her nose not once but multiple times. Every time she'd go through a procedure and come back to her boyfriend, he'd hit her again and send her reeling into a tangle of insecurities and self-loathing. It's not just her face that was damaged as a result of these brutal attacks. Kim had to undergo multiple MRIs because he beat me up so bad I couldn't even move. She also suffered from blood clots in her back.
You're a fucking thief. You're fucking white. You have no melanin, bitch.
Kim was so tired of lying about her injuries, pretending they were an allergic reaction, and burying her bruises in makeup, that she thought it would be better to get professional work done and wipe out those physical markings for once and for all. I kind of prayed the whole time. I didn't know what to do, and it has a lot to do with my maturity too. It's been times I was in the car with my ex-boyfriend and he punched me in my face, and I was bleeding all over the car. The doctor had to fix my nose because it was almost shattered.
You guys help me to get through everything as well, and that make me want to keep going.
The trauma led her to start her charitable organization, Lil Kim Cares, which does extraordinary work in raising awareness and funds for issues such as homelessness, child neglect, and violence against women. She's also keen on showing that just because she's a celebrity doesn't mean that she doesn't go through the same trials and tribulations as anyone else suffering from abuse. Like any other survivor, she has to muster up tons of courage to leave a toxic environment and learn to love herself again.
Oh, don't ever do that. Oh, stop. Oh my god.
Let's check out some of her singles, as well as her new album 9, which she put out in 2019.
Good pussy make a nigga come fast. Then I let him use my face as I come back. Like we 7-11, working all night, 24/7. Fuck the FBI. This one, no vintage 40 year. I have more Barmond than Olivier. Over 300.
What's up with her now? She plans to release her biopic. She plans to continue releasing music, and Cardi B wants to collab with her. As for her family life, in 2014, she gave birth to a baby girl from Mr. Papers. She made amends with her father in 2012, with whom, as you already know, she had a pretty complicated relationship after it became known that Linwood had Alzheimer's. She took him into her home and began to take care of him. In 2019, Lil Kim wrote that he had died. I recommend you check out the next video about what happened to the members of Bad Boy Records. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I'll see.
I feel for Lil Kim, I really do, but let's stop with the lies that you got plastic surgery because you were getting beat. I'm not saying that she didn't get her nose broken over and over again. That might have happened to her. I am not, discrediting that at all, but let's stop, okay? Your whole face looks different, girl. And not only that, you are about 10 shades lighter than you used to be. So you also started bleaching your skin. Your body is also very different. You got your titties done, your ass done, your hips done. You have gotten so much plastic surgery done to change how you look because, as it was stated in the beginning of the video, you did not like how you looked. People beat you down metaphorically speaking, and they spoke about how, you know, you were ugly and this and that. You said all the men you dated said that you were ugly, so you were very insecure and you internalized this and you did not think that you were attractive, as was stated. So that is why you got a lot of the plastic surgery, girl. So let's stop trying to put it on, you know, abuse primarily. I don't like that. I feel for you on one end, but let's not blame it all on that, because clearly you were not happy with the way that you looked and you changed everything. So there's that. And I'm not, you know, trying to surgery shame her at all. It's your life, your money, your business. If that's how you choose to look, that's on you. But what we're not going to do is come with the lies and like, oh, well, because I was beat, that's why no, you got plastic surgery because you didn't like how you looked, girl. And that's just what it is. But it's interesting because as I'm watching this video and I'm seeing her trying to be sexy, it's just so cringe. And I just looked up her age. This woman is 48 years old. She is pushing 50 and still trying to sell sex. That is the biggest problem with these female rappers trying to be so sexy and talking about their pussy and ass and how sexy they are. The problem with that is time is not on your side, girl. And everybody gets older. You're going to get old, okay? And your relevance is going to decline to literally nothing, because your whole persona is based on how good you look and how sexy you are and your titties and your ass and shit. And getting these surgeries to try to keep up, it's not working, Kim. You can't out surgery time. You just can't, okay? Because time is catching up with you and you're getting old, and it is what it is, and that is life, okay? There's nothing wrong with getting old, but now you're trying to, you know, keep this sexy image up, and it's not working. And it's crazy because I think about Nicki Minaj, and I'm worried for her because she still tries to continue to look sexy and be sexy too, and now she's starting to look cringe, you know? I saw a video some weeks back, maybe a week back, whatever that was, when she was performing, and people were like, oh my god, this is so cringy. Oh, look at her trying to be sexy. Oh, it's not sexy no more because Nicki is pushing 40, or already is 40. So it's crazy how, you know, these girlies love to focus on how sexy they are and all that, and that music. It's gonna come a time when you're not sexy no more and you older, and that's just life. It is what it is. But you gotta stop focusing so much on the sex, because your career is gonna drop to nothing. Look at Lil Kim versus Jay-Z and fucking Nas and shit. They're still very relevant and very respected and doing really well because their music was not focused on, you know, the way that they look. So now that they're old and crusty, it don't matter because people just appreciated their music and the way that they rap. But Lil Kim can't say that. So damn, it just makes you think. It is unfortunate that that's the case. Anyway, this was a cool video, though. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye!